This is a special report from KELOLAND TV.
Good morning. I'm Matt Holson with the KELOLAND News Special Report.
And I'm Scott Muntz. The report came in at 11:41 of a tornado touchdown on the south side of Sioux Falls, leaving behind a long trail of damage.
Sioux Falls police are urging people to stay home and stay off the roads while they assess the damage. We have team coverage this morning, starting with KELOLAND's Max Hofer. Good morning, Max.
That's right, Scott and Matt. I'm right here over on 41st Street, and as you can see, I'm in front of automotive glass and repair here, which you can see the entire side of the building has actually been ripped off. Trying to get onto 41st Street was nearly impossible. Police have caution tape over on Western and 41st, all the way down to Kiwanis, and I do see some cars currently trying to come through, but they are immediately turning around due to the several tree branches that are just caking the streets right now. And on my way in, I also saw several light poles, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in here on automotive right now to give you a look at what you can see. A lot closer. Right now, as you can see a lot of shelves are knocked down. The glass has been completely torn from the building. Tons of just rubble just laying scattered in heaps out front. I've seen a few police surveying the scene, but so far no crews have been sent out to do anything about it just yet, but I did talk to the general manager. His name was Brett Wolf, and he says there's actually a gas leak leaking eastway right down here, down 41st. So I can actually smell it from here right now. There is a gas leak here on 41st. They're doing their best to assess the situation, but that is all the updates I got right now. On 41st, there's also a few signs ripped off. The Best Buy sign is down. A few other business signs are down. And yeah, for right now, 41st Street is just kind of a mess. But as soon as I get more updates, I'll be out here live all morning to give you the latest. Right now, I'm going to send it right back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Max. That's Max reporting live on West 41st Street. We're going to go live now and continue our team coverage. Here's Sarah McDonald. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Matt. I am here at 20th and Phillips Avenue. Now, I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but there is a tree down right there blocking the whole road. Since my time here, I have seen a couple cars try and go through, but have to turn around. And on my drive over here, I have seen a lot of tree debris littering the roads. And I will continue to bring you updates as they become available. I'll toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Sarah. With so much damage, the city of Sioux Falls has set up an emergency command center, and that is where we're going to find Kelly Volk there in a moment. But first, tell us a little bit about what happened last night.
Well, exactly. You know, talked about already the trees being down. We had the initial line come through, and we had reports of, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we were watching the storm that was coming in from the southwest near the Chancellor area, and then we were watching this one make its way to the northeast, and it seems like it was speeding up as it was. But we had that tornado, the report, come in at around 11:41, and it was on the ground sooner before that report came in. We had one 2 miles east of 229. The report came in saying it was right on the border of Lincoln County and Minnehaha County, and also another one reported 4 miles to the northwest of Harrisburg. You know, Brian's looking back on the radar, and he'll probably bring you some of that information coming up later on KELOLAND this morning. He's thinking that there may have been two separate tornadoes with this one. So, coming through southern Sioux Falls.
We'll hear more about that in a bit. Let's go live right now to KELOLAND's Kelly Volk. Kelly?
Yeah, good morning, Matt. I'm just outside of the command center in Sioux Falls. It's at Fire Station 3. That's where city leaders gather to address events that have happened in the city, in this case, the tornado and the storm. I haven't been inside the room where people are gathering yet, but I do know that Mayor Paul Tenhaken did share a message on social media earlier this morning. He had two key points. One of them was stay off the roads. There's still debris out there, so give crews time to clean that up and keep yourself safe. And the second reminder he had for people was don't call 911 unless it's an emergency, because there's a lot of calls coming in right now. So only call into 911 if you do have an emergency. So those are the two things you can do to help the city out as they address this event. We're going to be monitoring this all morning and afternoon. This is an all-day event we'll be covering. For now, reporting live in Sioux Falls, Kelly Volk, KELOLAND News.
Thanks, Kelly. Just reiterating what she was saying, no travel is advised in the city of Sioux Falls right now. There are also power outages all over the place. I believe just around 12,000 XL Energy customers are affected in town here.
Well, that's just it. With the no travel advised power outages, we have power lines that are down. You know, they don't want you driving around when there are power lines down. You want to stay away from those, obviously.
I drove in, and there's tree branches everywhere. There's a trampoline just around the corner from my house.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure in many neighborhoods that do have these trampolines probably got tossed a lot. And, you know, as the storm moved through, yes, we had the strong wind, that tornado, and then, you know, the flash flooding again. You know, we have numerous trees being down, and what can happen sometimes is when the ground gets so saturated as what it has been, it's really easy for that tree to topple. But with the winds we had, well, of course, you know, if we do have that saturated ground around the tree, it doesn't take much for that to go down.
We're going to go to another live report now. KELOLAND.com reporter Michael Guerin has also been out surveying the damage. We'll send it to him right now. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Matt. Yeah, the situation I've been kind of all over the place right now. Max was I'm over by branch on Tuesday morning. Died, and I want to echo what Max said about the gas.
We're sorry for that technical difficulty. We'll go back out to Michael when we can, but I believe he was mentioning something that Max was speaking about, which is multiple gas leaks in different parts of the city.
I mean, here we are talking about a tornado going through the southern side of town. With it, we have tornado damage, talking about the gas leaks, structural damage. We have to be concerned about people in these buildings as well. We're getting some information on that. And, you know, injuries, of course. You mentioned don't call 911 unless it is an actual emergency. And, you know, just try to stay indoors if you can. If you're in one of those structures that are no longer safe, of course, you can't stay there.
Right. From what we're hearing, there's a long list of, you know, places that the Sioux Falls Police need to get to, Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. So just be patient. I know there's people that are, you know, I've seen reports of people stuck in their house because a tree landed on the top of it.
That reminds me of the ice storm that we had a couple of years ago, where people were, you know, in their house stranded because of the trees being knocked over. And here we are talking about tornadoes in the beginning of September at night, too. You know, it moved through at around 11:30 at night. It's dark, heavy rain, rain-wrapped, can't see.
Right.
So, yeah, we had a busy night here in the storm center, and now we have a busy night across much of Sioux Falls and into southeastern KELOLAND.